Okay, yeah. So you have more. What are some of the most important things you've learned in life?
Yes. So um, I think there, as we look back over life, that some of the most important things that we learn are the hard knocks. We learn from a hard experience, and I was sharing this with Anne, that
Can you ask them to keep it down?
What's that?
oh, do you think they'll
It's really loud.
Oh, they're not.
Well,
It's taking on
because
Yeah.
of
video.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so do you think it's drowning out
I
the
think it might be hard to hear
It's
over that.
it'd be distracting
Yeah.
to watch it.
do you
Yeah.
want it to come up closer to me?
No,
No.
they'll chill.
They'll just chill for a little bit. Okay.
You might want to go
That's
inside
good.
anyway.
I'm comfortable.
Well, it's almost 8 too.
I'm loving being out here.
And Miles thinks that the noise in the background is going to enhance this.
Oh, okay. It'll be white
No, I
noise.
asked him to keep it down, but he was like, "You don't want us yelling in the background,
That's right.
as
Well,
long
and
as we can hear you."
so I was going to answer this question again just because
Okay.
I had another thought, and I was telling Corey that I think important lessons. I mean, truthfully, I could write a book on them, but oftentimes your important lessons are the negative things that you learn. And one of the lessons that I learned is that I just don't have to do it all. And Lee's gonna laugh because he's right. I just want to do it all. What? Okay, Corey, why
Oh.
are you laughing?
Oh, that's where I get it from.
Yeah. Oh, honey, I see me in you at every turn. At every turn. And ironically, I see I see Dave in
Yeah.
Chris in the exact same way that I see me in you.
Yeah.
So that's amazing to me too. But with Lee's help, he's helped me to realize that that things can still happen around me and including me with me not having to do it.
Yeah.
And that was really hard for a control freak to give up.
Yeah.
And this illness has really guided that, because I've had like no choice in things that have happened
Yeah.
in the last year and a half, and decisions that were made on my behalf.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I think about is I would have preferred to have a different life for you and Chris. And so when I asked Dave for a divorce, I had blinders on to the full, far-reaching effect of it, because I was really only looking at the day by day. Like, what does it look like? What would it look like if we only lived together, or half of the time? If you were half the time with us and half the time, or with me, and then half the time with him, and so I do have some angst over that, and I could even say I have some regret. But the truth of the matter is, then I would never have met Lee
Yeah.
and had this relationship with Lee that this summer will be 34 years, and I just wouldn't change that. I just no matter what, I can see that I wouldn't have changed that. So I don't know if that fit the question
It
or not, but
did. It did.
did it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think about when I say that?
I think that there are things that I look back on and that I'm like, whoa, I wish I would have done that differently, or I wish I would have gone to that college. I got accepted, but I didn't
Didn't
ever go. And then I look at what happened to me because I didn't do that. And if I had done that, would I have met
That's right.
Anne?
Right. Your path might have varied.
It would, maybe not, probably not. Like, it probably would have been very different. And I think that that regardless of the regret of those other
Of those
things,
choices.
whatever where we are now is where we were meant to be.
I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree, and Lee agrees with that. That it's the yes no thing all over again.
Yeah.
Is what you say yes to, you're saying no to something else, and if we changed that yes, then the path would have been different.
Yeah.
You know,
That's right.
it would have taken us different.
That's right.
You know, it's funny because we were talking about Michael when we got the phone call, and Calton, you remember what town that was where he was going to go? Mike Doherty was going to go and train as a firefighter.
Oh, in Colorado.
Yeah.
I thought it was Beaver
Creek?
Beaver Creek,
Okay.
but you
Was
weren't
it the
thinking
Beaver-
it was Beaver Creek
Beaver Creek
Vale.
Fire Protection.
Yeah, but
District
I
or-
couldn't tell you for sure.
I'll have to find it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that we were talking
That's a prime
about that,
example.
and from my perspective, I thought, well, you made a mistake. I never told Mike that,
No.
but you recall we've had the discussion, and I said, you know, I think he's doing the wrong thing, but that's not me. I'm not going to beat him up for that.
Yeah.
You're not living his life for it.
We're,
That's
we're
right.
not
I'm
living
not
his
gonna-
life, and he wouldn't, you
Yeah,
know.
I went through a lot of trouble to get him the job,
Yeah,
but
you did.
but he chose not to do that,
Yeah.
and that's okay. It came as kind of a shock to me, especially when we were on vacation, and I thought this was his opportunity to get out of the oil business because he didn't like that anyway. Because they're always traveling, and you know, Rob. I know Rob doesn't like it, but he doesn't really have much of a choice anymore.
Yeah.
He kind of
Right.
worked himself in a corner.
Kind of worked himself into a corner. Yeah, but that's also one of the approaches that Lee and I took to parenting, and because you guys were teenagers and his kids were grown, and he said to me, I will be a stepfather to those kids. I'll do what I can do, but they have a father.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to replace that father, because that's just not Lee, and that's just not where we're at. And I always accepted that. And we have friends who are a second marriage, and he like went over the top with having the kids like him,
Yeah.
and just being one of them.
Yeah.
You know, I just wanted to be one of
Yeah.
them, and that's a great place to be, but they have to be grown when you start that friendship. I mean, you are friends with your children, and I kind of use that loosely because you're parenting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
you
was gonna
have to parent them before they become really great friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they grow like this. And I was telling Anne that last night I sent all four of you just a little text about the day. And Miles wrote back to me, no worries, I'm good with hanging with my parents. And I thought, you know, I just don't know how many young people would say, hey, Grandma, it's no problem. I'm just hanging with my parents tonight, and I'm fine. And it just shows me his heart.
Yeah.
And I know it's not easy raising children, and I know that we had talks numerous times about what to do or how you can do it better, or,
Yeah.
or what you should do. But again, with every situation, you just walk the hand that you're dealt.
And you just do the best you can.
That's exactly right. And
That's all you can do.
you know, it's interesting that Miles said that about if he had to do over something,
Yeah.
what would it be? And he said, you know, I would have, you know, really done something better in 2020. And at first he says, I would have done more work or something. And then
More
Cole looked at
doing
him.
better in height and
In school.
trying harder. in high school.
Trying harder. And then
Yeah.
Cole looked over at him and he said, okay, doing anything at all.
It's challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a hard time.
it was a hard time.
And
Yeah,
that makes
But
me
he could have tried more too, but
Yeah.
But-
well, and it makes me, as his mom, it makes me sad that I didn't help him do better. But his personality,
but
the-
that's the yes and no choices that we make.
like
Is
if I had forced it, Catherine.
That's
oh,
right.
it
oh, we
would-
tried.
well,
we tried, and it was bad.
but you
and-
know what? Then who's to say you wouldn't have lost him as
yeah.
a young
Yeah.
adult
Well, and
growing
it
up?
became apparent to us that was more important to us than forcing him to
Right.
be what our vision of
our
him,
expectations.
our
or-
expect,
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
wanted to have a relationship, and
Yeah.
so we had to back off. And obviously, he's okay.
Yeah, and he'll just like Cole and just like all of us, he'll be making decisions that are going to take him down one road to the right or one to the left.
Yeah.
And as he makes those decisions, you know, sometimes you're going to agree and sometimes you're going to go, oh my gosh, that's fabulous. And you're going to be there.
yeah.
You're going to be
And
there for those.
regardless, he's always going to have a story.
Yes.
Always gonna have a what?
A story. Because he just flies by the seat of his pants.
Well, I got to tell you, COVID ruined a lot of lives.
I know.
I don't care what anybody says. There are a lot of kids that were ruined
Yeah.
by COVID.
Yeah. I think so too.
It didn't do him any favors to start high school.
No, is that still on? Okay, is that all right with you?
Yeah.
Do you have another one? It's getting kind of dark.
It is kind of dark.
And it's
yeah.
kind of funny with Michael because he still ended up where he wanted to be.